Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of A Gardener's Journey Homestead. I'm in the kitchen today, and I've actually been in the kitchen all day long. I just haven't had the camera on, but I thought I would turn you on for this part. So in the kitchen today, I'm doing all the things. It's a beautiful day outside, but it was a little bit too warm for me to work in the tunnel. So it's like 85 degrees and it was like 90 something in there. So I thought I would come in the kitchen and just get some stuff done before I head out to the garden. And so I'm on the last tail end of that before I head out to the garden. So what I've done today is in the process of making sourdough bread. I have made the last of tomato salsa. So I had given away, I took tomatoes to church. I have given away to anybody who has come over, and I still had tomatoes on my counter. My counters were covered. I am grateful, but I was tired of seeing my counter, as soon as I come in, covered with tomatoes. So I couldn't throw them away. My heart wouldn't let me do that, but I had to do something with them. So I roasted them and I made some more amazing salsa. Y'all, I got this thing down. Here it is right here. So yummy good. I got a whole nother batch ready for the freezer. And this was the first time my husband had tasted it, because he hasn't been around since I've been making it. And so I let him, he was out there working in the garage. I let him taste it and he was like, oh, that is sellable. Like, that is so good. If I must say so myself, that salsa is real good. I already did a video on it, so that's why I didn't turn the camera on. So I've done 2 videos on salsa this summer. So I did one that was a canning recipe. It's good. But I did another one that's for the freezer that's even better. And I say better just because it let me control the ingredients, because it wasn't a canning recipe. Both of them are good, you know, different applications. Obviously, with the freezer one, it has to go in my freezer. And so that's freezer space, which is not a problem. And of course, I'm gonna have to thaw it out and all that. So it's not, you know, pull it off the shelf. So I have some of both. I have the shelf kind and I have the freezer kind. I personally like the taste of the freezer kind better. But if you want to see one of those videos, definitely go back. I'll try to remember to pop them up here and you can go take a look at those if you want to see that. I've been baking bread. I've also been working on a garlic project that maybe I'll shoot a video on that. It certainly won't be on this video because I'm like in the halfway mark, but I'm basically peeling all of my garlic at one time, because again, Operation Counter Cleanup. When I say I'm over it, I'm not complaining. Like, it has been a great summer, great harvest, but I'm ready to see my counters not just scattered. Like, I walk into my kitchen and I'm grateful, but it's become where I just feel like it's cluttered. And I don't like the way that it looks. Like, if I turn this camera around right now, y'all, kitchen is a mess. But that's okay, because I've been working today. Okay, but let me get to what we're talking about on this video. What we're going to do on this video is I'm going to make some blueberry syrup. I've never made it before. I've never had it before. But I have some blueberries that I needed to, that were in my freezer, that I need to, again, try to make space for. And I've always wanted to make it, so I figured, you know, they were in the freezer. I was moving something out of the way to put something else in. I took them out last night, let it defrost. So we're going to make some blueberry syrup, okay? So here are our blueberries, and these are not, these are blueberries that I got from Azure Standard. I've talked about them several times before. They are wonderful. They come in a box frozen. They taste so good and so fresh. So that's what we're gonna do. So there's 4 cups of that. I'm gonna just mash them a little bit. Now, do I know what I'm doing? Not really, but I figure I can't really mess it up, right? I've looked at a few recipes. I got the gist. It's all the same ingredients: blueberry, water, sugar, lemon juice. So I'm just gonna go with it, and we're gonna see how it turns out. And I thought I would turn on the camera and take you along with me. If you do yours differently, or you have another way to do it, or you see me do something you're like, oh, that could have been easier, you know, drop it in the comments for all of us to learn. So let me go grab my water and my sugar, and I'll be right back. Okay, already I'm changing my mind. Not change my mind, we're gonna make blueberry syrup. So I have 4 cups of blueberries, roughly. I added 2 cups of water, so like half, you know, so a 2-to-1 ratio. But my blueberries, I was trying to use a potato masher to kind of mash them and get them, but that's not really working out the way I want to. That's gonna take too long, so I'm actually just gonna pour this in my Vitamix is what I'm about to do. Yikes. Y'all, this is real life action right here. Action Jackson. Okay. I'm just gonna blitz this up real quick like. I spilled some juice on my stove. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want a smooth consistency. Okay, so I blitzed it up. Basically, I just put it in my Vitamixer, pulsed it for, I don't know, 5-10 seconds to make it more of a smooth consistency. You can kind of see, well, it's kind of hard to see, but that's the best I can do right now. Let's see. It's not completely smooth, but it is definitely has a little bit of the bits. You can kind of see that there. Just because I want it to be more smooth than not. I don't want to pour it on my pancakes and stuff and it's still like whole pieces of blueberry. But if that's the way you want it, you certainly can. Again, I'm just kind of doing my own thing. So now I'm just adding 2 cups of sugar to it, and I'm going to bring it to a boil. And again, I thought this would be great to have for French toast, pancakes, waffles. I even have this thought I want to put it in my oatmeal. I think that'll be good because I eat blueberries with my oatmeal. So I'm thinking a little bit of blueberry syrup with some pecans, oatmeal. That sounds good to me. What about y'all? I guess you could even use it over ice cream too if you wanted to. So I'm going to let this come to a boil. I have made a complete and utter mess. You know how when your kitchen is already messy, you just stop caring about, you know, putting stuff down. Just been messed up, y'all. But I've been getting a lot of stuff done today, so I know I'm gonna have to clean it all at one time. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let this come to a boil, and then we're gonna add a little bit of lemon juice, and then let it just keep simmering and thicken right on up. So let me grab something to put the lemon juice in, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all can see how beautiful that is. Look at the color. So it really hasn't come to a rolling boil as of yet. I just keep stirring it as it's simmering. I did add more sugar than what it called for because I tasted it and it wasn't sweet enough. And I realized why. I'll tell you in just a minute. But look how beautiful that is. Looks so good. So one of the reasons why I think it wasn't as sweet as it probably was supposed to be is because these are frozen and they were in my freezer. I let them defrost. So they already had some type of, they already had like water in them because they had defrosted. And so the recipe said, and I didn't see that part in one of the recipes that I saw, it said that if you're getting them from frozen, to decrease the amount of water that you add. And I'm pretty sure that's because it's going to dilute the sweetness. So I didn't read that or didn't pay attention to that before I did it. So I added the normal cups of water. So I just went back in and added some sugar just to sweeten it up a bit because it wasn't as sweet as it needed to be. So I'm going to just keep letting this go. I wonder what the lemon juice is supposed to do. I originally wanted to can this, but I think I'm just going to do freezer is what I'm going to do. I know that I've seen plenty of recipes that do blueberry and lemon together, so I'm assuming those are complementary flavors. I've never done it before, but I've seen like blueberry lemon pound cake, blueberry lemon loaf. So I know those two things are traditionally done together. I've just never done it before, so I don't know if the lemon just gives it a different, but I'm almost like don't want to add the lemon juice, but I'm going to add it because I don't know what it's supposed to do. Because even in the recipes that were not canning, it said to add lemon juice. So maybe it cuts, I don't know. Don't even let me start assuming. But it said to add the lemon juice like near the end before you take it off the, because that's good right now. That's really good. I mean, it tastes just like good, fresh blueberries. And because I'm starting with good blueberries, a good product, the Azure standard frozen blueberries are like excellent. They don't taste like anything in the store. I want to grow my own blueberries. That is one of my goals for next year. Y'all send me some prayers and tips. Yeah, I've already started doing some research. Taste a little bit more of this. I've already started doing some research on blueberry plants, especially for in my area. So, and I've already found the place I'm gonna get them. They're in my cart. I just haven't pressed send. For whatever reason, well, I shouldn't say for whatever reason, I know because I haven't done it. Growing fruit intimidates me because I haven't done it. And so just like I was new to vegetable gardening, I'm new to fruit, tree, orchard gardening, whatever you want to call it. We do have fruit trees on our property, but they haven't been taken care of. And so the fruit that it does produce, because it's not fenced in, the deer get it. They get it, they get it, they get it. And the fruit that it's producing, it doesn't look good and it doesn't taste that great just because the trees haven't been cared for. They've been on the property for a long time. So I don't know what to do. Like, I need a take me by the hand, show me intro to fruit trees. That's what I need. Like, that's how my mind is and learned. And that's why, again, one of the reasons why I started my channel is because I wanted someone who is very brand new to gardening, very brand new to homesteading, to be able to come to my channel. It's a safe place, and to learn and just follow along with me on my journey. And I'm sure some people are amazed by, you don't know that, or you didn't do that. When I tell y'all I had never put my hands in dirt, that was the truth. That I didn't make that up. So everything that I'm doing, that you see me doing, is because I've learned from others, research, or just me doing it on my own and learning from my mistakes. I need that kind of training, mentorship, research, channel for fruit trees. If you know of a great resource, like I'm talking beginner 101, drop it down below. My heart goes out for people that want to learn something, but they feel intimidated and they just don't know where to start. And if you're a learner like me, like, you can't start me at step 10 and just assume I know steps 1 through 9, or I'm going to figure it out. Like, I'm very analytical. I'm very logical. I like to go from 0 to 1, from 1 to 2, right? Once I get it, then we can jump all around. But I don't even know where to begin with fruit trees. A friend told me that blueberry trees or bushes are easy. One of the easiest things you can do is to start growing fruit. So that's the plan. That's what we're going to do. So this is starting to boil. I'm just keeping it at, I keep stirring it just so that it doesn't burn. It's still pretty thin, so it's not the consistency that I want yet. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of the lemon juice. It says for a cup, for 4 cups. So a 2-to-1 ratio again. I mean, what do you call it? Not a 2-to. Anyway, it was 1/4 of a cup for a cup of blueberries. So since I have 4 blueberries, that's a cup of lemon juice. So I'm going to add a little bit and just see how it changes the taste and see if I like it. I'm not going to add, so I added probably 1/4 of a cup. Now, in some recipes that I saw, it said that once you take it off the eye, that it will start to thicken up on its own. But it also said that if you didn't want to do that, if you wanted to do a quick set, then you could like mix some cornstarch in. But I think I'm going to try to let it thicken on its own and trust the process. And because I got a few minutes, I'm not in that big of a hurry. Although I do need to get outside because y'all know it can be getting dark early. So let me see how it's changed the taste of any. It kind of rounds it out. I'll add a little bit more. But I can imagine putting this whole thing in there. It almost like just kind of rounded it out. That's the best way I know how to explain what the lemon juice did. Interesting. I'm gonna let this keep simmering, and then we'll take it off the stove and we'll let it thicken up. Y'all, I'm back. I've taken it off the eye. It's probably been sitting maybe 15 or 20 minutes. I ran out to the garden. It's gonna probably take a while to thicken up. I could have added the cornstarch, but I didn't. So I'm gonna jar one jar up just so that you can see it. It's so pretty. If it doesn't thicken up any more than this, I will still use it with this consistency. But let me, where's my thing? Let me jar this up and I'll let you see what it looks like. This I'll just put in my refrigerator. Yikes. Blueberry stuff, you have to be so careful. I have spilled it on my counter. You can kind of see what it looks like. You can see it's still, you know, liquidy. Y'all, I'm making a whole mess. You can see that it's still liquidy. That's not a word. It's still liquid. So I'm sure that it'll set, but it's probably gonna take an hour or so. And I wanna go ahead and end this video because I gotta get dinner going. I gotta clean my kitchen, get all the stuff going. But I will let you know on a video how it turns out. But it looks good, it tastes good. I'm very pleased with it. And again, if it doesn't thicken up, which I think it will, I will still use it. And I guess if I wanted to, I could still go ahead and add the cornstarch now and let it thicken up. So I may do that. But anyway, we have homemade blueberry syrup. We can use it on French toast, pancakes, waffles, ice cream, oatmeal, all the things. So I'm gonna put a jar of this in my refrigerator, and I'll have it. Probably would even be good on biscuits too. I might make me some pancakes tomorrow, use it on there. We'll have a jar in the refrigerator. The rest, once it cools off, I'm actually gonna freeze it, and then when I need it, I can just pull it out of the freezer and use it as needed. So thank you guys for joining me today. We did all the things. You didn't see me do all the things, but your girl did all the things. I've made salsa, I'm making bread, I made blueberry syrup. I'm also making jalapeno salt. So I'm in the kitchen doing tons of stuff. And the stuff that I've already showed you, that's why I didn't turn the camera on. You guys have seen me do you've seen me bake bread, you've seen me do the jalapeno salt, you've seen me do all the things. So anyway, thank you for joining for me this part of my day, making some homemade blueberry syrup. Try it. If you have blueberries, especially if you have a fresh blueberries from your tree, if you haven't done that yet, then that's a good way to preserve them or to use them up. And all of that. So I hope that you'll try it, hope that you enjoy, and I'll have to come back on another video with me actually using it and let you see it. But until then, remember, gardening is a journey. I'll see you next time, friend. Let's grow together.